Hey guys, so we'll be creating a poll query so we can pass in the ID in this query and we'll get the poll as our result. So it'll be an object of poll ID, the votes, and the user ID and things like that. So let's create this query first in our poll resolver. So below this, let's create a query. Here we are, query. We need to import this from not type GraphQL, should be imported from Nestjs GraphQL. And so what we'll return is a poll. So for creating this poll, we'll go back to our entities and make this to an object type. So we can create our SDL. So let's say object type. We'll make this to a field as well. So this is a number, so we don't need to say it's a number if it's a string and number. And no need of this because we have already set user ID over here. And the poll option, we should explicitly say it's an array of poll option. So let's do that. It's an array of poll option. And in our poll repository, in our poll option entity, we'll make this an object type as well. Let's add in the field. And for ID, for votes, for poll ID. And that's it. So let's import this as well. Okay, so back in our resolver, we'll be returning a poll. Seems like this is not imported. So we'll call this function a poll. We'll pass in arguments and ID. So ID is a number. We'll return a promise of poll. Let's create a function. Let's return this. Return this dot. It's coming from poll service dot. Let's call it poll, and we'll pass in the ID. So let's create this function. What seems to be the error? Seems like query is coming from comments. Let's change this query to GraphQL. Okay, so now our error has gone away. So let's go back to poll.service and create our function here. Async poll. You're getting the ID is a number, and we'll return a promise. It's a poll. Let's create a function. Should be number here. So what our function will be, I think we need to import this as well. Okay, so let's return this dot poll repo dot find. Let's make it find one. So we'll find by where ID. So that's it. So this ID is being passed over here, and we'll find this by ID. So find one will return an object. So let's await this. So everything is fine, I guess. So let's start our server. So our server has already started. So let's go and take a look in schema.graphql. So our poll has been created, type poll. So it returns ID, name, user ID, and poll options. Poll options over here is ID, text, votes, and ID. Okay, so in our poll.service, we need to say, because we are returning this poll option as well. Let's say in our poll out service relation to option, poll option. So this relation is coming from this over here, so poll option. So now let's take a look in our localhost 3000/GraphQL. So let's create this query. So it's called poll. Seems like I need to refresh this over here. Okay, poll, pass in the ID. So let's take a look in our database for getting the ID. The SQL, I've already said select star from poll. I can see the ID is 14 over here, so we'll pass in 14, and the thing that we'll be returning here is the ID, name, the user ID, poll option, and poll option has ID, text, polls, and the poll ID as well. So let's press the play button, and now here we go. We are getting the output, and also we are getting the poll options. So option is 22 and 23. Let's take a look. I don't think we really have to take a look because here it says poll ID is 14 and our ID is 14. So that is it guys. Thank you guys for watching.